Good afternoon, YouTube world. Steve Billionaird. I'ma just get right to it. This is Billionaire Sports Rap, but this particular video, and it's gonna be in the YouTube logbooks, and it's gonna be pretty special for me and I'm gonna get right into it. This is about my only child, my daughter. This is where it all started. And I'm going to tell the story, and I'm hoping definitely it's going to be motivating and inspiring to all dads, whether you have a son or you have a daughter. And I was a girl's dad. Didn't even know I was going to be a girl's dad, but it did happen. So, to get right into the story, my daughter, and let me, you see this VBA, and I'm going to lift up right quick because I'm sitting in the lounge chair like we do in Harlem. Do it right quick. VBA basketball, that's Volley Basketball Academy. And that was her first number. So this is her jersey that I can fit, believe it or not. And I wonder if she could still fit it. When next time I see her, I'm gonna have her try it on. So let's begin the story about how my daughter wanted to play basketball, which was amazing and surprising to me. So she was doing acting when she was a kid. She was probably like around 10, 11-ish. And she went to this middle school called Millikan in Los Angeles. It's a known performing arts middle school. She was really, really talented and really good at it. So she went after some roles and some plays, and pretty much she didn't get the starring role or the main roles. She kept getting, getting them because, and I have to say it was kind of nepotism in the school. It was a couple of celebrity kids going to that school, and they would tend to get those roles. So one day she came home because she really wanted this particular role, and she was crying, and she said, "Dad, I don't want to act no more. I want to play basketball." And I was like, "Get out of here, really?" And she was like, "Yes." And she was crying, and I can tell at that time that she really was serious, and she got frustrated. So I was trying to tell her not to give up on the acting, and she was like, "No, I just want to play." So I said to her, I said, "Well, I play." She's like, "I know, that's why I want to play." I said, "Well, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And I'm going to train you. I'm going to be hard on you. But in the end, it's going to shape you, hopefully, to appreciate and love the sport like I do." And in my previous videos, I have told about how this saved my life where I grew up, in the environment I grew up in, because it kept me off the streets. But for her, it wasn't that. She started to play basketball, one, because she got frustrated with the acting and the politics of it, and then two, now looking back, she wanted to be like her dad and play basketball, which is so special to me. So anyway, we started coming to this school. So this is Birmingham High School. So what's so funny is a lot of times the gates used to be locked. We didn't go in the gym. We went in the gym here and there when we could, but we used to play in the schoolyards. So we used to hop over the fence in order for me to train her and practice her, which is crazy. So the reason why I wanted to do this video here was because it's nostalgic, and the blessings that God has given not only me, and I was once married, my ex-wife, and my daughter. It was just amazing now looking back at it and seeing how everything turned out. So let me get into the story now. So one day, my daughter's around like 11, I think she was 11, and we're, I'm practicing with her, and she's shooting. So this guy come over and says, "Hey man, that's so cool you out here, working out your sister." And I started laughing. I was like, "No, my brother, that's my daughter." He's like, "Oh wow, that's okay, shoot, you look really good for your age." I said, "No, thank you." So basically he said, "Hey, so we're having a tryout in the Birmingham High School gym, and we're having a tryout for boys, but we're thinking about having a girls team, a club team, AAU." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." I said, "But my daughter's just really beginning to play basketball. So she's raw. I don't know if she's ready for club. And he was like, nah, I like her height. And, the girls team, we want to, just train girls and get them into the sport and everything. So I was like, okay, cool. I said, give me, we're finishing up. Give me like another 5-10 minutes and I'll be there. He said, okay, you coming, right? And I said, yeah. And his name is Jason Martin. Shout out to you, Jason, if you ever watched this video. One of my daughter's best coaches, by the way. So he goes into the gym. So not even like 5 minutes later, he comes back out. He said, hey man, are you gonna bring your daughter, right? I was like, yeah, I got you. I'm we're gonna be in there. I'm almost finished, right? So we go into the gym. It's all these boys, probably like, I would say between 12 and 16 or probably around that age. And then there's a couple of girls there. So let me tell you who was in the gym. Now, I don't know if a lot of you know this guy, but his name is Pooh Richardson, and he was one of the coaches. Pooh is from Philly. Pooh played in the NBA. He was the #1 draft pick of the Los Angeles Clippers. He was one of them. Jason Martin, the one that was, telling me to come into the gym, he was another coach. So the boys that were there, if you know the Holidays, so Drew Holiday, that now plays for the Celtics. At that time, he was 14 years old. He was in the gym. His brother Aaron. I think Aaron was probably like 10 or 11 at that time. He's also in the NBA. I don't know which team he's on. I believe it may be Atlanta or maybe Indiana. I'm not too sure. Or maybe Utah, I think it is. But anyway, he was in the gym. And then their sister, Lauren Holiday, which ended up, her and my daughter playing on the same club team, she was in the gym. And Lauren, just a side note, was a beast, So the Holiday family, they all played basketball. The mom and the dad played basketball. They met, they both played for Arizona State. They met there and they had 3 sons, 1 daughter, and all the sons, I believe, is still in the NBA. Yes, Drew is, and Aaron, and I think Justin also is in the NBA. So those guys was there. Then she was at the time probably like 6'5", I think Imani was. So Imani Stafford, her mom played for SC and was Pamela McGee. So when Cheryl Miller, for those that know basketball, watch women's basketball, played at SC, it was Pamela McGee and her twin sister. They were the McGee twins. Pamela McGee was like probably, I think she's 6'5", 6'6". Her daughter was Imani Stafford. And if you know NBA basketball, her half brother, which is Pamela's other kid, is JaVale McGee. He won the championship with the Golden State Warriors. So she was there. So I'm looking like, wow, this looks legit. Like, dang, I don't know if my daughter's gonna be ready for this. So we were in there, we practiced. She did okay. She did pretty good. And they were impressed. They, at that time, seen something that I really didn't see, but I seen obviously later as my daughter kept playing. They saw that she was very athletic and fast, but raw, But they appreciate that because as coaches, especially in the beginnings of basketball, league basketball, AAU, club ball, so on and so forth, you want kids that are raw so then you can train them and teach them and, give them perfect their skills. So, yeah, so she made the club team. This was her practice jersey that I'm wearing now. And from there, it just was a total blessing. So going back to Pooh Richardson, he was talking about this school called Windward's. And if you know about Windward, it's a private school in Los Angeles. It's in West LA, Mar Vista area. So this particular school, another side note, the park, a rec park that was across the street from there, my daughter, that's where she first played in a league. They had a league because we used to live in LA before we moved out, because I live in the Valley now. We took her there, and that was my ex-wife. I'll give her the credit. She was the first one to start my daughter to playing basketball, and then I took over afterwards. So the school Windward was directly across the street. Also in the area is UCLA. So looking at it, I thought it was like one of the dormitories for UCLA because, usually universities, surrounding areas, they have different dormitories, different campuses and stuff. So at the time, that's what I thought it was. So when we went there, it was just like a aha moment, because I was like, wait a minute. My daughter used to play in this park. Now we're visiting this school that Pooh Richardson. So he was raving about this school. He said, man, y'all gonna love this school. I know the coach. It's like a college campus. And my daughter and Imani, Pamela McGee's daughter, we can package them up and we can try to get them to go to Windward. They're a new program. They've made the playoffs, but they never won state or anything like that. So he's like, okay. So we went to the school, met the coach, Coach Smith, Steve Smith. Shout out to Coach Smith. And the school, everything he detailed, it was that. It was a beautiful school. And I was like, wow, this would be great if my daughter can go here. So as she started playing, she started getting, like, which was crazy, different like offers to these private schools. Me and my ex-wife at the time was like, how can we afford these? Because these schools is like $25,000, $30,000, $40,000. They very expensive. Obviously, we didn't have that type of money, just being honest. But they had programs for, as they say, lower income kids that if they take a test and if they pass, they will, I guess from alumni and the monies that they have, they would help pay to have these student athletes come to the school because they're playing in a sport that will obviously help the school. So we looked at the school, we talked about it. It was very diverse, and that's what I loved about the private school, and the coach was great. And we were like, yeah, let's do it. So she took the test. She ended up getting into Windward, and now I'm gonna, finish out the story. So now she's at a private school. So it took a little time for her to adjust, because before then she went to public school, she went to charter school, but it's nothing like private school. So the course and the workload was very hard, and it was tough. And at times, my daughter it was frustrating because, she had to get used to the coursework. But she did, and the blessing going forward was she excelled so great in college, because that's where she ended up going, and I'll tell you which college she went to. She was like on 4.0. She made all academic, she was so what I'm saying is, going through those rigors of private school and college course type work and the curriculum prepared her for university, for college coursework. And by the time she got there, it was like she was so comfortable and used to it, it didn't stress her or no longer frustrated her. She just was able to just go through it smoothly, which was another blessing. So she goes to this school, Windward, along with Imani. There was a couple of other players there, and then we had a couple of other players, Jordan Canada being one of them. And now Jordan Canada, she was last playing, she's in the WNBA now, and she was last playing for the Atlanta Dream. I don't know if she's still on the Dream or where she's going to be, but she recently played in that 3-on-3 tournament that just happened. So our team was really good. We were ranked like in the top 5, number 1 in not only in the state, but throughout the U.S. And we end up winning the state championship. We could have won back-to-back. That's another story. But we end up winning the state championship in California, and we was one of the best teams. We beat Modern Day. So my daughter played against Kelsey Plum. That's now with the Sparks. She was from San Diego. We beat them. We beat Modern Day, which, every year they're competing for, in the championship or in the conversation. And then up in the Bay Area, we, beat the top school there. Can't remember the team right now, but we beat them as well. And it was a very great game. So 6 girls from that school got a full ride Division I scholarship including my daughter, and she ended up going full ride to San Jose State. So I'm doing this video, giving her flowers and in dedication to her, because as a dad, I was so proud. And now looking back on everything, it all started here, Birmingham High School. If it wasn't for me being here on that particular day, training my daughter, I would have never met Jason Martin. I would have never met Pooh Richardson. I would have never met the Holiday family and, you know, all the other players that played on the team. Shout out to Big West, rest in power, Big West. His daughter played for our team as well. He was a great part and intricate in helping us at that time with my daughter playing club ball. Big West worked for the Mayweather team, Floyd Mayweather, and just such a great, good-hearted person, man. Shout out to him, and like I said, rest in power, Big West. But I say all that to say is always support your kids. Always support your kids, whatever dream they want to go after or aspire to go after. You just never know where it's going to take you. I never knew, like, I saw that my daughter was good and she had the abilities. And then, by the way, she also ran track. She was very good in track. She was fast. She run the 100, I think it was like in 13 seconds or 12 seconds. Obviously, when you get high in that competition, those girls run like 10, 11, seconds in 100. But she was really great in the long jump, the high jump. Like, she was very athletic. At the time, my daughter was looked at to play professional basketball. But before her first year at San Jose State, she was in a practice and she was killing, scored most of the points, and then she tore her ACL. But the blessing, and I'm gonna say this too, was at the time, because obviously you haven't even started your college season and your college experience, and then she tore her ACL in the summer. So she was very down, very, upset. But I said, hey, you can redshirt, you'll rehab, and the good news is you'll have an extra year and you can get your master's. And she was like, Dad, I don't want to hear that right now. You talking about my master's. I just want my knee to be well and get the surgery and I can come back and be 100% and play. I said, I know. I'm just giving you something positive to think about. And hopefully, this will come to fruition. And it did. She ended up getting her master's in psychology, minor in business, and now today she's a clinical director at this this mental facility out in the Bay Area. I'll just leave it at that. I ain't gonna say exact, but yeah, she's doing very well. So I'm just so proud, and I always used to say, and I'm just getting personal here, that everyone, I guess, when we leave this earth, some people want to leave legacies, some people don't, however you feel on that. And a lot of times, especially even when my mom passed away and my grandmother passed away, and my grandfather, those were the most important people in my life. You have pictures, you have memories of doing things and those different things. Now today we have social media, the platforms, content, and all these things. So when it's my time to go, because we all can't stay here for a long time, but now this can be on YouTube, and this content can be something that she can look back to and her kids can look back to, and so on and so forth, and they'll know a part of me, who I am, my personality, my craziness, and what I contribute and left here. But again, this video, it means a lot to me. It's special to me because I can remember being in this park, and when my daughter sees this video, she's gonna hopefully laugh and smile, and it brings a warmness to her heart, because she will definitely remember how hard I was, and we practicing shots on this court, practicing her dribbling, practicing all those different things. But now looking back at the journey, it was so beautiful, because again, literally, if I wasn't here both of us on that particular day. And shout out to Jason Martin, brother. And I've said this to you already, but I'll say it again on my video. Thank you so much for seeing us and discovering my daughter. Because if it wasn't for you and Pooh Richardson and the other coaches, the journey of my daughter going in the journey that she went from that club team to Windward High School to San Jose State University, none of that would have ever happened. So I humbly want to once again thank you all for giving my daughter that opportunity. Thank you. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video, but I just wanted to let you know, yes, I am a girl dad, still a girl dad, and it's a memory that I'll always treasure, and now I've shared it with all of you. So I hope it inspires all parents out there, dads especially, to, you know, invest in your child and whatever dreams they want to pursue, and make sure that you're able to give them the tools and the things in order for them to be able to pursue the dream and have the advantages. And that's what I would say last. I didn't have my dad in my life. I didn't have a person that, you know, can mentor me. I had to find mentors like at community centers and where I grew up, which was Harlem, and different men. My grandfather was there, but, you know, he wasn't into sports or anything like that. He enjoyed it, he supported it, but he wasn't into it like that. So I always said, even then, that if I have a child, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to invest and put in the time to give them all that they need in order to pursue whatever they want to pursue. So I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back, and also shout out to my ex-wife. I'm gonna give her a pat on her back, because even though we didn't work out, I'll be the first to here, our daughter worked out, and she definitely excelled in all that she did. Even in academics, she did as well. So I want to thank you all for watching. Please comment. Please, you know, say any comment you want on this video. But I will leave lastly that, yeah, as a parent, or even if you're not a parent, as a mentor to anybody of the younger generation, just be a light, be an inspiration, be that vessel to that kid or to that younger generation to help them aspire and go after their dreams. Thank you very much. And this basketball right here, this is her basketball. Actually, this basketball has all the Sparks at that time. Candace Parker, that's her right there. And also Michael Cooper. I don't know what this basketball is worth. It may be worth something. Have to check into it. But, and then also my daughter may want it. So I'll have to give it to her, obviously, because that basketball was signed by all of them when the Sparks had came at the time to work them out and mentor them and thank them. So shout out to the Sparks, shout out to Michael Cooper, shout out to Candace Parker, all of them for being mentors, you know, to our kids. But thank you very much, everybody. Please subscribe. If you watch this whole video, anybody that's new, please subscribe. Thank you for watching it, because the more you watch my videos through entirely, my watch hours go up, and I can be a partner of YouTube, because that's what I want. I want to be a partner of YouTube. But I love the fact I'm shooting out here, being on blacktop, because this definitely gives me a very good, happy, enjoyable feeling in my spirit to know that I was a part of helping my daughter, you know, excel in the sport that I love, that I always tell you all that saved my life. And she was able to take it and to the level. She went even past her dad. I didn't play Division I. I had schools that looked at me, but I had, you know, an injury that prevented me from getting there. But I wouldn't change my journey, because the college that I went to, I met a lot of great people, and we're still like, those like my brothers today. We're still, you know, close to this day. So shout out to all of them. We had some great memories as well. But as a parent, and I'll leave you with this last, is that you want your kids to go further and better than you did. And I can say that my daughter is at that point and level right now. But thank you guys. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe to my channel, Steve Billionaird. I'm out.